25 animals in my room now. There's 20 animals all over in my room, and they just busted open the door because that's how they go. Okay, let me get you the. Where is the link? I need the link, everyone. So hold on and we'll get over there. Robbie, do anybody have the link? Because I'm waiting for that on East Idaho News so I can share it. All right, I'll look for it. There's 20 animals all over in my room, and they just busted open the door because that's how they go. Let me get you the. Where is the link? I need the link, everyone. So hold on, right back. We'll get over there. Robbie, anybody have the link? Because I'm waiting for that on East Idaho News so I can share it. Get out of here. Please get out of my room. Thank you very much. I'll look for it. Okay, the link is, I don't think anybody has the link yet. That's the problem. Oh, East Idaho News, someone says their server is jammed. So I was just going to do this really quick. I didn't want to make this a long thing because I got to get back to work. And I don't know what's happening. Okay, there's no link yet. So hold on. Right back. Thank you, April. On East Idaho News, so I can share it. Okay, let's see. I'm trying. I don't even want this. Okay, mute that. Just say thank you, Robbie. All I want. Can you hear me now? Okay. Is that better now, Robbie? Can you hear me at all? That's what, okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, somebody is saying that the link is jammed or East Idaho News link is jammed or something like that. I'm trying to get to their live stream for you, which is my live. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, I got it. Awesome. Okay, got it. Let me get it. Let me go. Hear me at all? I got it. That's right. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, somebody is saying that the link is jammed or East Idaho News link is jammed or something like that. I'm trying to get to their live stream for you, which is my live. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, I got it. Awesome. Okay, got it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Hear me at all? I got it. That's right. Okay. Somebody is saying that the link is jammed or East Idaho News link is jammed or something like that. I'm trying to get to their live stream for you, which is my live. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, I got it. Awesome. Okay, got it. Let me get it. Let me hear me at all. Got it. That's okay. All right, can you see the Facebook? That one now? It's really hard for me to do this without two screens because I have to pop back and forth. It looks like it's just kind of waiting still. Okay, I think we're good. Think we're good. Close these guys. This is sharing through Facebook, you guys, so don't talk about anybody in a chat to me. Okay, like I said, it's just the standby screen. Okay, perfect, thanks. What the heck? So all I can see is, I'm looking at the Facebook page right now, so I can't see you guys chatting at all in the YouTube chat, just FYI. So this is like, I got 15 people sending me different stuff. You're on, you're live, you're this, you're that, you're not, you're good. Ugh, I need one spokesperson, not 25. It's stressing me out. So it looks like, well, I think we're good. Technical me having to figure it all out on my lonesome. Robbie was super helpful. Thank you, Robbie. I think I'm good, right? And now all we need to do is wait for them to stream. That's what it seems like. And you can hear me, right? I'm going to pull up the chat on my phone so I can see if you guys are saying anything to me, because right now I'm looking at the same thing you are. And that will be, let's see. Okay. Oops, don't need that. I can mute too. All right, I'm glad I'm good now. And you can hear me. Okay, great, thank you. Goodness gracious, technology. And I think I'm pretty good, but holy crap. Are you guys live? Oh, I see. Okay, so somebody's live streaming my live stream. or live streaming the East Idaho News on Facebook. Perfect. Thank you, guys. What we want, I think, is this to be full screen, right? That's what we want. Yes. And we're waiting for East Idaho News, right, to get started? If they don't go live, we don't go live. Kind of how it goes. Okay, thank you, Melissa. If I'm all good. So we're just waiting for them then. I just want to make sure that I don't have some weird delay going on here, but I think I'm okay. So you know, there are new charges filed against Lori, very similar to the Chad charges now. There's a couple of new things in the affidavit, and we can talk about that later, but because I printed it all out, but I don't have it because, like I said, I'm still at work. I got to go back to work in a minute, so hopefully they hurry up. I just clocked out for this, and then I'm gonna clock back in. I just don't understand. This was supposed to be at 4:30 their time, which would be my 3:30 I time. But nobody else has got this, right? East Idaho News this is their channel. This is what they're showing still. I'm assuming because that's what we see. Okay. Thank you, Katrina. I'm just reading my chat on my phone so that I don't want to mess this up. I want you guys to be able to see what you know, as soon as it happens. But I don't want to mess it up. So anyways, there were some things in there that were a little bit new. Lori's charges about there is something in there that says that Alex was only there for 17 minutes at one point where the body would have been put in or dug a grave or whatever. And they say he absolutely couldn't have done that alone. So they're trying to show that, yes, one of these people helped him. And then the other thing that was on there was just more of the same with Chad, but just some more things that really made Lori look kind of like, okay, she's definitely involved. I wish I would have brought it in here to go over while we were waiting. I thought it was literally going to jam and this was going to be on right now instead of later. So thank you, Laura. Appreciate the donation. Thank you so much for donating $1.99. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. You guys, I don't know. Right now, I feel like I'm a little bit of a hot mess, but. Okay, Carrie says, I've tried East Idaho News. It's just picked up files. Says, click here to watch, but I did nothing. It has her picture and says off there. Okay. So it's just not on yet. No, Kathy, I don't think it'd be postponed. They just scheduled it today. They're probably just not going to go live until there's probably other things going on in the courtroom. And then when she comes in, they'll probably turn it on because it's none of our business about the other things that are going on in the courtroom. That's what I would think is going on. If you ever, when you go to court, there's like one case being heard and then the next case and then the next case. So I'm assuming that there's stuff going on in that courtroom and they're just not ready for this yet. Just my guess. Really, truly not an expert on court. Okay, it's still the same thing though, right? Now I just hear like a weird noise. The full affidavits, actually East Idaho News, I believe they have a, I believe East Idaho News has it on their website in PDF form because I downloaded it today. Thank you, Poppies and Normandy. I appreciate the donation of the $2. Much appreciated. Thank you very, very much. I'm trying to keep up here. It's really hard to do the chat on the phone, but I want to see what you guys are seeing here on the East Idaho News so I don't miss anything. So if I'm a little bit slow on the answering, it's probably just because of the fact that the chat and me are not in line really right now. The lawyer that died, I'd have to look it up. I don't remember his name. He really wasn't that, we didn't really touch on him very much. Francie, okay, thank you, Francie. Switching back between mine and theirs, nothing started yet. Perfect, thank you. And Carrie started a new news station, Idaho, and all I was just showing was a social media page of the judge. Okay, so we're all in the same place. Patty Cook, you said who is Brandon B? Brandon Bordeaux is the ex-husband of Melanie Pulowski, Lori's niece, who was shot at. And that's who that is. Thank you, Eleni, for the donation. $2, very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Robbie says there's a stream delay, a few seconds. Yes. How many people are waiting for this? A lot. Well, just in ours, there's 831 people here. So that's a lot. And then I'm sure, thank you, DG Davis, for the donation. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Looks like in East Idaho News, there's 6,300 people waiting. Thank you, guys. You're welcome. Saying it will be shown when the proceeding are completed. Is that what's going on, Katrina? That's weird. I don't know what that means. Why would they play it when it's done? April's people are streaming through here too. Nice. Lori's, thank you for bringing this first. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate the donation, $10. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate it. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Patty and Pink, court is being rescheduled. What are you talking about? Don't give us any false information. Unless you have an actual, like, for real. I seriously, that doesn't make sense. They're in the court and they got everything set up. Yeah, I saw that. Brandon did identify JJ's remains. It says in the affidavit, that was one of the things that was there. Brandon did. They were shown a picture of JJ and Brandon did identify. They said Tylee's body was unable to identify. They identified it through her orthodontist jawline pictures. And they are also, there was enough tissue where they could do DNA as well for proper identification. I'm reading some of the chat things and people say things that don't make sense. And it's making me all like, what? What's happening? Yeah, her jaw. Maybe Zulema got married for the 7th time. Yeah, maybe. There was a notice saying a case was rescheduled, not sure what case, August 3rd. That's Chad's. Patty and Pink, that's Chad's case that's rescheduled, not this. This is new. They have to arraign her on these new charges right now today. They have to. They can't like move this around. It'll be quick. It's not a trial or anything. It's just like, here's your new charges. Do you understand? Blah, blah, blah. And anybody that also, if you see anything new, I mean, I'm sure East Idaho News isn't going to mess this up. They're the ones there. But if anybody sees anything, I mean, it's running and it's them. They're doing something. I can see something popped up on their screen down there. Can you see that in the left corner? That's not me. That's them right there doing something with their computer or their display. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, you guys. I'm winding up missing something here.
Held via Zoom. This is the initial appearance on new charges that have been filed here in Fremont County. Present in this Zoom meeting, I have myself, I have Mr. Wood, who is the prosecuting attorney that's been assigned to this matter. I have the clerk, I have the court reporter, I have Kelsey and Colby Ryan. I have support from IT department, and then I also have Mr. and Mrs.
It's on, you guys.
Woodcock,
Can you hear?
and the defendant, Ms. Daybell, as well as her attorney, Mr. Means. Mr. Means, any objection to having this hearing via Zoom as directed by the Supreme Court order pertaining to COVID-19?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wood, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed then. Ms. Daybell, do you read, speak, and understand the English language?
Yes.
Ms. Daybell, did you get a copy of a notification of rights form prior to the hearing here today?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to review that notification of rights with your attorney?
Yes.
Do you understand all of your legal rights here today?
Yes.
Ms. Daybell, did you also receive a copy of the warrant for your arrest as well as the amended criminal complaint that has been filed in this matter?
Yes.
Mr. Means, does your client want a formal reading of the amended criminal complaint, or can I summarize it for her here today?
The summary would be great, Your Honor.
All right. The amended criminal complaint was filed on June 30th, 2020. It is case number CR 2220-838 on an amended criminal complaint. There are 2 counts that have been alleged in the criminal complaint. I'm going to summarize those. Count 1 is the allegation or the charge of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. That is a felony under Idaho law, a violation of Idaho Code 182603 and 18-1701. It is punishable by up to 5 years in the state penitentiary and or up to a $10,000 fine. Ms. Daybell, it alleges that the following: the defendants Chad Guy Daybell, Lori Vallow, and or another person or persons on or between the 22nd day of September 2019 and the 9th day of June 2020 in the county of Fremont, state of Idaho, and elsewhere, did willfully and knowingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence in a felony proceeding, inquiry, and or investigation authorized by law, with the intent to prevent it from being so produced, used, and or discovered, to wit, the human remains of J.J. Vallow, which is in violation of Idaho Code Section 182603 and 181701. Overt acts in furtherance of the conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence, and to affect the objects thereof. One or more of the following overt acts were committed by one or more of the subjects of the conspiracy within Fremont County or elsewhere in the state of Idaho. Number 1, on or about November 26, 2019, Chad Guy Daybell misrepresented the nature of his relationship with Lori Vallow while questioned by the Rexburg Police Department during a lawful investigation regarding the whereabouts of J.J. Vallow. Number 2, on or about November 26, 2019, Chad Guy Daybell contacted Melanie Gibb via phone for the purpose of requesting and or encouraging non-cooperation with law enforcement's lawful investigation regarding the whereabouts of J.J. Vallow. Number 3, on or about November 26, 2019, Lori Vallow provided a false and or misleading physical location of J.J. Vallow to law enforcement during a lawful investigation. Number 4, on or about November 26, 2019, Lori Vallow contacted Melanie Gibb via phone for the purpose of requesting and or encouraging non-cooperation with law enforcement's lawful investigation regarding the whereabouts of J.J. Vallow. Number 5, on or about November 26, 2019, Lori Vallow contacted Melanie Gibb via phone for the purpose of requesting and or encouraging Melanie Gibb to prepare and or present false evidence to law enforcement regarding the whereabouts of J.J. Vallow during a lawful investigation. Number 6, on or between the dates of January 30th, 2020 and June 9th, 2020, Lori Vallow refused and or did fail to comply with a court order to produce her minor child, to wit, J.J. Vallow to the Rexburg Police Department or the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare in Madison County case number CV 3320-45. Ms. Daybell, do you understand the alleged charge, the allegation, as well as the maximum penalty in count one?
She said yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll move on to count two then. Count two is also a charge of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence, a felony, a violation of Idaho Code Section 182603 and 181701. It's punishable by that same amount, up to 5 years in the state penitentiary and up to a $10,000 fine. It alleges the defendants Chad Guy Daybell, Lori Vallow, and or another person or persons on or between the 9th day of September 2019 and the 9th day of June 2020 in the county of Fremont, state of Idaho, and or elsewhere did willfully and knowingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence in a felony proceeding, inquiry, and or investigation authorized by law, with the intent to prevent it from being so produced, used, and or discovered, to wit, the human remains of Tylee Ryan, which is in violation of Idaho Code Sections 182603 and 181701. Overt acts. In furtherance of the conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence, and to effect the objects thereof, one or more of the following overt acts were committed by one or more of the subjects of the conspiracy within Fremont County and or elsewhere. Number one, on or about September 9th, 2019, Chad Guy Daybell sent text messages to another for the purpose of disguising the destruction, alteration, and or concealment of the human remains of Tylee Ryan on his property. Number two, on or about November 26, 2019, Lori Vallow provided false information to law enforcement regarding Tylee Ryan's attendance at BYU, Idaho, and or her current housing situation. Number three, on or between the dates of January 30th, 2020 and June 9th, 2020, Lori Vallow refused and or did fail to comply with a court order to produce her minor child, Tylee Ryan, to the Rexburg Police Department or the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare in Madison County case number CV 3320-45. Ms. Daybell, do you understand the charge in count two and the maximum penalty associated with that?
Yes.
Daybell, do you understand that those two penalties could run consecutively, one after the other, or they could run concurrent, meaning at the same time?
Yes.
Ms. Daybell, based upon the charges that have been brought against you and the fact that they are felony charges, you're entitled to a preliminary hearing or a probable cause hearing. Mr. Wood and Mr. Means, we have discussed this matter prior to going on the record. It's my understanding that both are in agreement that a preliminary hearing should take no more than 2 days. Is that correct, Mr. Wood?
Yes.
Mr. Means, do you agree?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, looking at the calendar, the court is available on August 10th and 11th. Does that work for counsel for the state?
Yes.
Mr. Means, does that also work for you?
It does, Your Honor.
All right, we'll schedule the preliminary hearing to begin right at 9 a.m. on August 10th and continue if necessary to August 11th. Ms. Daybell, I have set your bond in the arrest warrant that you have there in front of you, and I've set bond at $1 million. Mr. Means, I'm not going to take up that matter here today. If you'd like to file any motion to deal with that in the future, that can be dealt with. Do you wish to be heard on that matter?
Yeah, Your Honor, we can reserve the matter for a later time.
All right. If bail is posted in the amount of $1 million, the following conditions will be put in stone that need to be followed along with posting bond if Ms. Daybell is going to be released. Number one, she must sign a waiver of extradition provided by the Fremont County Office of the Sheriff. The prosecutor must approve the waiver of extradition by his signature on the waiver. A copy of the waiver of extradition must be filed with the court. Number 2, the defendant shall reside within the boundaries of Bonneville, Jefferson, Madison, and Fremont counties within the state of Idaho. The defendant shall not leave these counties for any reason. Number 3, the defendant shall provide the court with her current address and shall not change her address without notifying the court. Number 4, the defendant shall keep regular contact with her attorney. Number 5, the defendant shall appear for all court appearances. Number 6, the defendant shall obey all laws of the state of Idaho and the United States. Number 7, the defendant will sign up for pretrial services with Fremont County and check in with pretrial services on a weekly basis or as directed by the pretrial services. Number 8, the defendant shall have absolutely no contact with the victims' families and or any of the state's witnesses in this case. Contact shall include, but not be limited to, verbal contact, written contact, visual contact, text messaging contact, email or internet contact, and or telephonic contact. Such contact shall also include contact through third parties. Number 9, the defendant must wear an ankle monitor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. She must have the ankle monitor in place before she is able to be released from the Madison County Jail, which is holding her for Fremont County. Any violations of the geographical limitations imposed herein must be reported immediately to the Fremont County Sheriff's Office and the court. Number 10, the defendant is hereby notified that while under the order to wear an ankle monitor, intentionally leaving the area of restriction, except for the purpose of obtaining emergency medical care, may be prosecuted as a crime of escape and subject the defendant to penalties under Idaho Code Sections 182505 and or Idaho Code Section 182506 and Idaho Criminal Rule 46E3. Mr. Means, does your client have any questions about the conditions of bond were she to post bond or be eligible to post bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I have received a notification of rights form that has been signed by Ms. Daybell. Mr. Means, I think I received this before she had a chance to meet with you. You've reviewed this notification of rights as well, is that correct?
I have, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Daybell, just so we're clear, you're being represented by Mr. Means and you're retaining him privately, is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. Means, the court is inclined to ask one question here today. Number 1, because the charge that's been listed here in the information does pertain to conspiracy, Mr. Means, have you ever represented any of the alleged co-conspirators that are set forth in the criminal complaint?
No, Your Honor, other than Mrs. Daybell.
Okay. All right. With that,
Your Honor, I need to interject. At a bail reduction here in Madison County, Mr. Means did represent to the court that he was also representing Mr. Vallow, or Mr. Daybell. He didn't represent, there was no criminal matter against him at that time, but I do think that's appropriate to note.
all right. It sounds like there's a disagreement there. What I'm going to ask the parties to do, ultimately, there's a question of whether or not a conflict exists. And I'm going to ask each of the parties to submit what their request is regarding that issue so that the court can make a decision as soon as is possible and as soon as is necessary based upon that issue. Anything else that we need to take up here today, Mr. Wood?
Not from the state.
Mr. Means, anything else that we need to take up here today?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Madam Clerk, is there anything that I've forgotten? All right, we'll be in recess pending. Mr. Wood, did you raise your hand there?
No.
Okay. We'll be in recess pending that hearing on August the 10th and 11th. Thank you all for appearing here today. We'll close out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's that. Sorry, honestly, the technical difficulties in the end weren't even me, were they? They were just waiting. So I'm glad you guys were able to be here for this. I have to go back to work now. And then maybe, well, we'll figure it out. But there's nothing else that I know of except for the fact that they did the affidavit. And I'll find the link to the affidavit and I will go ahead and put it in the description under this for anybody that watches this later so that you can see the actual affidavit. It's 17 pages, so it's pretty long. A lot of it is very, very repetitive and it just is almost exactly what was on Chad's, but there are some new things in there. And I was going to record a video to kind of highlight the new things as well. And then let's see. Before I go, Colby. I mean, I think he was there because family normally would be allowed in a court like this, hearing like this, so they were there for a Zoom call. But oh my gosh, this has to be killing him. Can you imagine? That's your mother that raised you for 20, whatever, until you were an adult. And now your siblings are dead, and now it's really, really obvious that your mother had something to do with it. So he was just, and Lori was tearing for some reason. She was wiping her eyes. Was it because she knows that she was probably going to wind up in jail forever, or does it because she actually thinks? Okay, well, I don't know what happened. What's all that all about? Oh my goodness gracious. Am I still live with you guys? Anyways, all right. I'm going to go, you guys. And I will see you later.